Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where things are going quite well here. I do want to, for one thing, turn our taxes up. We're in credit at this point, and that is a problem. So we'll do that. That is going to drop us down into contested government. For the time being, it's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. We do have some market access issues, and I took a look off camera. We are going to need these railways built. The previous railways are... they're full up. So we are going to need additional railways there. And we'll get those queued on up. I do also eventually want to build additional barracks. The question is when? Not for a while, but I'm going to queue them up in both Buenos Aires and Santiago. So that'll be fine. Things are ticking forward reasonably well, and I do want to get out of debt here. Import route for ammunition, sure, no problem there. We are very, very close to our previous peak in terms of population. Gold has been depleted in Guyana. That's not relevant to us. The Argentine Patriotic League has been formed, and this election is looking very split. However, there's very large momentum for the National Autonomous Party, so that's potentially good. We'll keep an eye on that, and our credit is nearly gone. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's get these railways done, and we're going to get these other structures completed before we work on these barracks. The barracks will go quite quickly. As we can see, there's only 40 weeks in this queue, and honestly, half of that is these constructions up here. So that'll be okay. No real issues there, and that'll bring up our number of battalions by 30. That's going to be a big gain. Ecuador wants a trade agreement with us. Does that benefit us in any way? I don't know that it benefits us or harms us in any real way. We'll accept it for now. Cool. So how are our radicals doing? They're actually creeping up right now. We're back up to a legitimate government 85 here. That came up remarkably. Fascinating. Well, we'll keep an eye on our election results. That's going to be the biggest concern for right now. As well as continuing our construction, of course. That is a very large concern as well. So getting these railways done will be helpful for our market access. And those are going to be done soon enough. Oh, we have an unproductive trade route. Get rid of it. Cool. So that can be gotten rid of. No problem there. Only 4 states in turmoil right now, but 20% of our population is currently radical. Okay. I'm not sure why they're so radical right now. I guess because they want... I mean, there's nothing too major over here, right? A little bit of radicalism for agrarianism or old age pension, but not much, to be honest. I think we just wait out this election and see if we can drop our radicalism that way. Our loyalists are creeping up currently from our legitimacy, so I think it's reasonably okay as long as a mass migration doesn't hit us. Which, in theory, it shouldn't, but you never know. There is the option. I shouldn't say in theory it shouldn't. I should not say that. There is always a chance when our radicalism is like this. So, definitely a potential issue there. But we'll see if it actually happens. It's kind of random. So, these railways are going to finish up. And once they do, we'll start working on these barracks. That looks good. 25 weeks until our construction queue is through. And we are building up our gold reserves right now. How would things look if we cut our taxes again? We'd still be positive, so I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do that. This is completely fine to cut our taxes here. We're just building up our gold reserves. I don't care about building gold reserves. I would rather have lower taxes here than high gold reserves. Since we'll eventually... Oh, hello. This just really dropped. GDP? No. Population? No. For whom the bell tolls, huh? The aged Salvador Gonzalez, leader of the Catholic Church, has unexpectedly expired mid-campaign, robbing the National Autonomous Party of a cornerstone politician. Plus 10% momentum. Okay. Go with the 10% momentum. But they're still at only 58% momentum. This is looking like a very split election. We'll see how that goes. I'm not necessarily okay with our gold reserves where they're at right now. Oh, the reason that this happened, of course, is because we're building barracks. Barracks don't pull from the investment pool. This is fine. We're not concerned about this. Right. The answer is I'm dumb, as usual. So that's completely okay. We'll continue to build this. We'll eat up our gold reserves for a little bit here, but we will work our way through these barracks very quickly. We are a little bit negative in authority right now. We need to drop a greener grass campaign, I think. So that's reasonably okay. Let's go ahead and drop a greener grass campaign from Buenos Aires. Cool. And we did have that election happen. So let's see what ended up happening here. It's a bit yikes, but we can run with the Argentine Patriotic League in government as well. And this doesn't look too bad. It's a free reform, so that should be good. We're going to be in a contested government, but with those election results, we pretty much knew that that was going to be the case. Okay, so they're in government now, and that's looking good. Our main construction that we're doing at this moment, of course, is the motor industries in Santa Fe. Once that finishes up in 10 weeks, things will be good. And our radicals here are not amazing, that's for sure. We're going to be chilling in a contested government. So that's going to be real exciting. No doubt about that. But I do want to get these barracks finished up. And we can start thinking eventually about bumping up our various military costs. We need to go into buildings and into here. So moving these down, right? Specifically these two. The others are less of a thing. Cool. So for the time being, this is our current goal. Just finishing up these barracks. They're going very quickly. And there's that steel mill there. I think that we just finished the barracks, and that's it. Yeah, let's let the motor industry finish up and put all of it into barracks. We're going to go a little bit negative in our finances here. I think that's fine. We'll pull out of the investment pool immediately following completion of these barracks, which is only 7 weeks away. Right? I think it's completely okay. Looks good to me. We're not going to go all that negative. Just a little bit, and that should be just fine. Cool. So we should be seeing automatic expansion queuing up again here pretty soon. We're at 5.06 million population right now. Our previous peak was 5.08, so we've nearly recovered here. And yeah, there's a tooling workshop getting queued up, shipyards, coal mines, looks good. Great Britain wants us to enter their customs union. Obviously, we can't fight Great Britain. I think this might actually be good for us. We can always choose to exit their customs union later if we want to, right? In a year, yes. Okay. Let's do it. Fantastic. So we're now entering the British market here, which should give us access. Oh, wow, look at this. Yeah, that gives us access to a much larger market. And in theory, oh yeah, that's because we're pulling out of the investment pool now. In theory, that should be fine. So we can still attack Brazil if we damage our relations enough, correct? Hypothetically, like, these guys up here, Venezuela. Yeah, looks like we can do that. Great Britain can still join either side or remain neutral. So that's good to note. But we're definitely seeing a big, big change here for now. Let's go ahead and cut our taxes down to here. We will run out of investment pool and go negative soon enough. But let's do that for right now. We're now at 5.08 million. And having access to the British market is, I think, a really, really big deal. So that's great. We can see our construction has improved. And I think the big deal about this is prices are going to be a lot less volatile. So that's very, very good because we have access to a much larger market at this point. We can see our GDP instantly shot up from it. So I think it's okay. I really do. I think this is good. Our radicals are dropping a bit and our loyalists are coming up a bit. But we did finish up all of those constructions. There's a Man o' War's input goods shortage in the British market. That's not anything that we are dealing with. Coal is expensive, oil, steel, those are all expensive. That's really good for us. We can produce all of those things. So we love it. We absolutely love it. Market access in Buenos Aires is a little bit low. We should definitely look into that. Okay. We certainly expand our railway here, and that's a top priority. Cool. That looks good. Now, we just ran out of our investment pool. We knew that was going to happen, and we need to bump our taxes back up. That was obviously going to happen. But it's okay for now. Cool. How are we doing on our battalions? We're up to 57. I think that there's still more of those to grow. So if we go in here, yeah, we can definitely get more people into our barracks. Perfect. So we'll let that continue to happen. We've got some peasants here that should be worked on. I don't actually want that tagged. There we go. Get rid of that. Cool. So we're slightly negative right now. I don't think that's a big, big deal right now. It's mostly this market access and the fact that we need to, you know, be making goods. We need to adjust to the new market is what's happening. And we are adjusting to it. So the steel mill will finish up. That will be a big deal on its own. Just want to check in here. A little bit of unrealized taxes, almost certainly due to our turmoil. No real problem there, I think. Excellent. So we're no longer improving relations with Great Britain because it can't go up any further. I don't think Great Britain will side against a member of their own customs union, realistically. So I think that this will be fine. I don't necessarily think they'll help us in our battles, but it should be okay. So we're now at 5.11 million. We're the largest our population has ever been. And our GDP is now number 15 worldwide, with our per capita number 5. This is really, really good. Self-propelled torpedoes have been unlocked. Sure. Yeah, 55 contested government is not great. Oil has been discovered in Para. That's fine. And we're going to finish up the sulfur mine, the coal mine. It's all good. Do we want to enact census suffrage? We're on universal right now, right? We are. So I don't think we do. There's definitely a pressure in this game to move towards democracy. There's no doubt about that, which, given the time period, does make sense. That does make sense. So the sulfur mine finishes. And there's still a good number of unemployed peasants over here. Well, they're not unemployed. They're peasants. There's a good number of peasants over here. I would really, really like to see some people moving in over here. That would be great. They're currently impoverished. There's just not much we can do. We need people here. Population is growing here, which is good. That is very, very good. So that's fine. We're going to finish up the railway in Buenos Aires. That will help a lot. Because our market access in Buenos Aires being low is really quite bad for us. So we'll finish up that railway now. Beautiful. And as it starts to employ, we should see this market access improve. In theory. 86? Yeah, and instantly we're back to being positive in our finances. Perfect. No problem whatsoever there. Looks beautiful. And now we're not reliant on just our own market, which is a very big deal. Now, we could have exported goods previously to try to do that, to try to balance it. That's definitely something that is possible to do. But I'm completely fine with being in a customs union with Great Britain, I think. I think this is probably the best possible outcome there. A vulnerable front, huh? We're allied with Netherlands. Right. Netherlands is currently fearful against communist Netherlands. That's very interesting. Let's go ahead and mobilize this guy. And we'll go send him over there to go deal with that. We're not going to bump up our military quality at all. But we can win this war for the Netherlands. No problem. We'll arrive there in 54 days. But yeah, that looks absolutely fine. Hordes of Argentinian troops are currently pouring into Netherlands for awkward reasons. But yeah, it seems okay. Cool. And our radicalism is actually dropping fast. This is really good. Our loyalists are growing fast as well. I like it. I like it a lot. Can we afford to lower taxes? Not currently. What about bringing up our military or government wages, though? I mean, those are very expensive. Well, the military isn't actually that much. We could afford to raise our military wages just to get this done. And if we look at that now, our military is 81 compared to Brazil's 366. Okay, sure. But our military is very low right now. Peru-Bolivia wants a defensive pact. We decline that one. I want to check in on our barracks here. Are we fully employed? Actually, we're not. Okay, that is noted. We're not fully employed on our barracks right now. And that's completely fine. We could promote this guy. And promote him again. And even again. Done. Cool. So war with communist Netherlands has broken out. This is fully expected. Peru-Bolivia wishes us to change to their customs union. Honestly, we are so much better off in Britain's customs union. Hard pass on that one. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Disease among the wounded, huh? Oof. Minus 20% recovery rate, but I don't actually expect that much wounded up there. I think it'll be fine. So that looks okay. Like, this war will be over really fast. Look at that. 44-3 in this battle. Sure, our number of dead and wounded is a little high, but it's not too bad. These guys are just gonna get crushed. Absolutely crushed. So that's fine. I do want to think about starting to move up our buildings here. Hypothetically. That'll put us at minus 19.5k. Noted. Opium is currently not very easy to get. Okay, minus 42k. War Wounded was successfully completed. Beautiful. Modern nursing. What a revolution for the medical profession. Proposal for alliance with these guys. We decline. There's apparently a vulnerable front over here. But we're going to finish this one up real quick. Great Britain now wants a defensive pact. Well, that's because we now have an army power projection of 907, all of a sudden. We're suddenly looking incredibly powerful. Cool. So we take this over. No problem here. Do we want this defensive pact with Great Britain? May always side with each other in diplomatic plays in which they're the primary target, regardless of if the other side maintains an active interest in the affected strategic region. Done. Cool. So we're just kind of flexing our muscle right now. That's what's happening. We're suddenly revealing to the world, turns out we're broken. They didn't know that previously. Okay, so our bureaucracy is low. That's definitely something that we need to manage. So we're going to build a government administration, looks like in Santiago, just to generate additional bureaucracy. Cool. We're going to be pretty negative right now as we fight this war. War is expensive. We expect this. We're going to see what this looks like after we finish this war. So this battle is going to be done very, very soon. There's no problem here. 3, 2... Nope. There we go. 2. Any moment now. They will continue to collapse. 1 and... Any moment now. I'm sure that we're spending the most of this money on opium, right? That's what this is going to be? Yeah. Primarily opium. Noted. Okay. So we're continuing to progress this front. This is looking great. Oil has been discovered in La Paz in Peru, Bolivia. Beautiful. Ooh, this isn't a huge benefit for us, this battle, but we'll win it. We'll definitely win it. And with us building this government administration, we're not pulling out of our investment pool as much as we could. So that's another thing to note about our current deficit. Yes, it's rough. There's no doubt about that. We can always pause our construction if we want to be making money here, I think. Maybe. Not quite, actually. Noted. Well, we're going to finish winning this war for the Netherlands. It's nearly done. It is nearly done. Belgium and fascist Belgium, huh? Okay. Well, the war is over. So that's perfect. We will stop consuming some of those resources. Some of them. And this is mostly what I wanted to know. After the war, what does this look like financially for us? It's going to be grim, it looks like. But we're at negative 20 bureaucracy right now. We definitely want to get some tax waste taken care of. That won't solve the problem entirely, to be clear. These guys are currently fully occupied, and we're just waiting on this to end. They're going to tick down. And eventually they'll accept this. Oil discovered in Sao Paulo. Sure. Trying to scroll here. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Europe is a mess. But the question now becomes, now that we have access to a much, much larger market, do we max out our oil rigs? I think the answer to that is yes, we do. Something like that. Okay, so the war is over, and we can see that we dropped down to minus 33k. That doesn't seem too bad, realistically. That doesn't seem too bad at all. Let's get these oil rigs finished up. Oh, a lot of these didn't actually queue up on top. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. We should turn down our military wages here. Definitely. That is 100% something that we do. And honestly, I was hoping that we'd be able to sit up top here, but we need to at least turn down our wound dressing. But I want to turn everything else down because I want to pay off this credit. We did go reasonably heavily into debt, and I want to get that dealt with. Cool. But we definitely proved a point. And that point is we can fight Brazil. And that's huge. That is absolutely huge. With that, though, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, I think we probably do attack Brazil. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. Vulcanization has been unlocked, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.